Daniel Harrow was 13 years old when he first noticed the cracks in his mother's stories. A quiet boy with a sharp mind, he often asked questions that made adults uncomfortable. His mother, Grace, raised him alone since birth. No father, no family photos, no explanations. "He left before you were born," she'd say. "He wasn't a good man. You don't need to know about him." That was always the end of it. But as Daniel grew older, his questions grew sharper. Why were there no pictures of him? Why did Grace react with fear and anger whenever he asked? And why, once, did he overhear her on the phone whispering, "He can never find us"? Daniel's curiosity turned to obsession. He began to search, digging through old boxes in the attic, following his mother, listening at doors. Each time he brought it up, Grace shut down. She became colder, more fearful, more controlling. But it was too late. The boy had tasted a secret, and he wouldn't stop until he uncovered the truth. In the shadows of his bedroom, Daniel became a detective. He searched public records, forged his mother's signature to get access to files, even broke into her locked drawer. Inside it, he found something strange, a letter. Torn, half-burned, dated from the year before he was born. It was signed by someone named Michael. The words were faded but haunting. "You lied to me. I have a right to know if he's mine." Daniel's heart pounded. The name meant nothing, but the message said everything. His mother had lied. Someone had demanded the truth. Someone who might be his real father. That night, Daniel confronted her. "Who is Michael? Why did you lie to him? Why are you lying to me?" Grace's eyes widened. For the first time, she didn't get angry. She got scared. "Where did you find that?" she whispered. "He was dangerous, Daniel. I was trying to protect you." "Protect me from what?" "From becoming like him." And that was all she would say. After that night, something changed in the house. Grace started locking doors. She put parental locks on the Wi-Fi. She even threatened to send Daniel to a boarding school. But Daniel, paranoid, restless, and convinced she was hiding the truth, became more aggressive. He stopped eating with her, stopped speaking. He wrote everything in a journal, every date, every name, every strange behavior. Then came the tipping point. One night, Daniel followed his mother out of the house. She met a man in a car parked down the road. Daniel took a photo from the bushes. When she returned, he confronted her again. "Is that him? Is that my father?" "No," she snapped. "That man has nothing to do with you. You are never to speak of this again." Daniel snapped. "If you won't tell me the truth, maybe I'll find it myself. Or maybe I'll make you tell me." What happened next would mark the end of their story. The neighbors would later report hearing shouting, a glass breaking, then silence. Inside the Harrow house, mother and son were locked in a final confrontation. "You're just like him," Grace screamed. "You have no idea what he did to me." "Then tell me," Daniel shouted. "Tell me who I am." But she didn't. She refused. And in that moment, something inside Daniel snapped. In a blind rage, he grabbed the nearest object, a heavy iron candle holder, and struck her. Once, twice. She fell, blood pooling across the kitchen tiles. Silence. Daniel stood over her, the candle holder slipping from his fingers. He hadn't meant to kill her. Or maybe he had. Either way, it was done. The next morning, Daniel didn't run. He sat beside her body for hours. When the police arrived, called by a neighbor who hadn't seen Grace all day, he was calm, distant. He confessed everything. The obsession, the letter, the fight, the murder. He was charged with second-degree murder and sent to a juvenile detention facility pending psychiatric evaluation. He was just 15 years old, but the story didn't end there. During the investigation, authorities discovered a hidden safe behind a false wall in Grace's closet. Inside were files, police reports, restraining orders, medical records, and a name, Michael Langford. Convicted in 2008 for assault, paroled in 2010. A history of violence, manipulation, and threats against Grace Harrow. DNA testing confirmed it. Michael Langford was Daniel's biological father. But Grace had run, changed her name, tried to raise her son far from the shadow of that man. She didn't tell him to protect him. In the end, Daniel got what he wanted, the truth, but at the cost of the only person who ever truly loved him. In court, he cried only once, when they read his mother's journal aloud. In it, she had written, "I know one day he'll ask, but I'm terrified. I just want him to have a chance at life without the curse of his father. He's nothing like him. I just hope I can keep it that way." The judge, taking into account Daniel's age, emotional trauma, and psychological profile, sentenced him to 12 years in a state psychiatric facility. He will be eligible for parole at age 27. Until then, he writes letters. To no one. Letters he signs. Your son, Daniel Harrow, the boy who killed for the truth.